Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. I'm your host, Kletus Ray. We're rolling out of the yard in a 53-foot dry van. Actually, this isn't 53 foot. It's only like a 48 footer. So, but it's still long, 5 foot shorter, not much. Still a big old trailer gonna catch all this wind. Last night we had blizzards move in, which is just weird. It was like short sleeves and windows down, and then blizzard. We always get every year this happens. Where you think you're in spring, and then it's not. You're not. It's not spring. It's not spring at all. It's fucking winter again. So it was I thought it was gonna be more treacherous on my way into work. Turned out to not be so bad. I mean, I still went like 40 miles an hour and it took me an hour, but, uh, yeah, I didn't have any close calls or anything. So that was cool. I don't really like, having close calls is fun. Having an accident is not fun. And, you don't really get to choose which one you get to have sometimes. You just, it's the way it is. Luckily, everything went fine. Nobody was acting like a jerk on the road except for a fucking rider. There's a rider van. Fucking honked at me. I'm in the middle lane, just cruising with the speed of traffic. A rider van pulls right up on the ass end of the car next to me and is fucking honking and shit. And then gets behind me and starts honking, and gets behind the other car on the other side, starts honking. They slow down. He gets over, and then he squeezes in between them and me, and then he's in the fast lane at this point in time, and then he swerves into the slow lane. Like that's where like there's another like 2-lane off ramp right there, and he swerves all the way over to that fucking inside lane, and I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? What, did you steal that thing? Are you a robber? Are you a fucking thief? You fucking dumbass? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just hooning around a rider van on icy streets and stuff. I don't know. Fucking dumb. But it was a very short-lived little deal. But yeah, we were getting. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy honking at me? Like, there's a fucking ice on the road, you dummy. We're all going nice and slow. Shut the fuck up. And then I got to the long bridge, the one that is always a pain in the ass, and it was all water. It was all just water. I was like, wow, this is interesting. That is nice. That I didn't slip and slide on that bridge. Made it into work today. I gotta go to Wamego, Kansas. There's a place out there that we're gonna be hauling some of their waste. It's in barrels and it's palletized. So I'm taking the dry van up there, and they're going to load it with a forklift. But I don't know how Wamego is. I don't know if they got the same blizzard we got. I would imagine so. Please make it up this fucking hill. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We made it up the hill. That was that's where I got my pickup truck stuck. I got my pickup truck stuck there one day. It was not good. And I wasn't even stuck. I was moving. I was just moving at a fucking turtle's pace. And eventually I made it to the top of the hill, but everybody behind me was stuck. Yeah, this bridge is pretty fucking ice, okay? This is a straight up ice bridge. I'm hoping that I-70 is going to be decent, because I told the guy I'd be there at 10:30, and my GPS says 10:20, and I think I've already lost 8 minutes. you know, and I just left the shop. I left the shop and I was ready to go, and I called my boss. I'm like, hey man, I'm headed over there. And he's like, hey, come back. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to go around the block, but they just wanted to add some more things to my list because I guess I'm not picking up a whole lot. I don't know. It looked like a whole lot when I looked at it, but they're going to be in pallets of 4 barrels each, so it's not going to be too bad. Some of it's going to go to the hazmat disposal place, and some of it's going to go to the landfill. And I'm gonna go hazmat first, so I'm gonna have them load that shit on last, so I can go straight to the hazmat place and kick all that shit off, take the placards off my truck, and then head over to the landfill. Um, yeah, should be a good time. Should be no issues. Yeah, I-70 looks pretty clear, but this can be deceiving, you know. It looks like it's clear, it feels like it's clear, all the way up until you get to that one spot that isn't, that's, black ice, and you're just fucking done. There was a double, there's a FedEx double that crashed right on the highway near my house. Luckily, he was headed southbound. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'll slow down and let the fucking... Come on, Premier. I think it's Murphy. Come on, Murphy. Take the slow lane and let the fucking zip zappies go through there, or else they're going to pass you on the right. They're going to pass you on the right, you dumb fucking dumbass. You big fucking idiot. You big fucking dumb fuck. Yesterday, trying to think what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I got to work and I drove a truck. I drove a tanker, drove it out to Lawrence, and got a load of just water. It's treated water that I don't know. I don't know why they put shit down their drains, like they have their own filtration disposal system. But for some reason, it's just water, and they cannot put it down their drain. So I take it to the landfill, and the landfill lets it soak into the ground. I don't know. It's kind of a... Not sure why we do it, but I'm glad we do, because that's a nice job. It's a nice little job. Only took like 5 hours. Nothing crazy. Oh, that's ice. That's a little ice bridge. All right, here we are. Tesla, you definitely are. You're okay. You could have got it in front of me. I would have let you. I would have let you. You hear about people that drive Teslas are now like having their shit fucked with because of Elon. They're like, oh, fuck Elon, fuck your Tesla. It's like, whoa, hey, everybody that drives it, not everybody, but a lot of people that drove a Tesla are the lefties. And so the lefties are destroying lefties' cars because of the guy that used to be a lefty that the party left him. Fucking, I don't know. It's fucking crazy. I stayed up. I fell asleep during it, but I did stay up during that, I don't know, it's sort of a State of the Union address last night, Tuesday night at 8. I don't know. It was good. It was good. It was funny. It was kind of funny to watch. But, I don't know. I fell asleep before the end of it. Well, I fell asleep and then I woke up and there's like random people on the screen shaking hands and they were like leaving. So I was like, I missed the tail end of it. I still don't know if he made any major announcements or if he was just basically talking about what he's done so far. Because that's what it seemed like was the whole deal. He was just talking about what he's done so far, and I'm like, this is awesome, but is there anything new coming out? I mean, obviously, I'm not pressuring nobody. I thought there would be something, like a big groundbreaking statement or uh, new thing that he's gonna try to get done, talked about over there. I didn't know. I mean, I was waiting for him to say something like "We're out of NATO" or something like that, and maybe he did. I don't know. I fell asleep, but I don't know. That would be fucking insane if we left NATO. I mean, I don't know. This is all politics shit. The national treaty of countries. I don't know what the fuck NATO stands for. Those aren't even the right words, but it's like a treaty between nations is what basically NATO is. Hey, somebody fucks with you, they fuck with all of us. But United States, you got to pay for all of it. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Why do we got to pay for it all? Um, the dog is doing great. The dog is doing wonderful. Luna, the beautiful German Shepherd puppy, she's doing wonderful. I guess she has made a little bit more mess inside the house than I had realized because I don't know. I got home last night, or like at 4 or something, and when I got in, my wife was scrubbing the floor. I said, "Oh no!" She's like, "Yeah, this is the 3rd time today." I'm like, "Are you scolding her? Does she know that it's a bad deal, or are you just saying, 'Oh, sweetie, go outside,' and then cleaning it up? Like you gotta let her know that that's not okay, or else she's just gonna keep doing it." And then she did it again. And I noticed it. I was sitting on the couch. My wife got up. She went into the kitchen. The dog ran right to the back door, sat down, and that's how she's been telling us she needs to go out, is by sitting by the back door. And then my wife walked off. And then the dog followed her and peed in our room, right on some, like, clean clothes. And my wife lost it. She's like, "You fucking bitch." I'm like, "Oh, damn. Yeah, I thought you loved that dog." She's like, "I do love her. But she pisses all over the floor all the time. All day, all I've been doing is running around cleaning up fucking piss." I don't know. Probably, maybe this weekend I'm gonna, I don't know how the weather's gonna be, but I'm gonna probably carpet clean. I don't know. I don't want to carpet clean unless I can open up all the windows and run like the big carpet cleaner, pull everything into the kitchen, and just like super clean the entire living room and hallway, because that's where, I mean, that's the high traffic areas too. So, and then I guess even our bedroom, we have a little spot machine or spot handle that goes on the machine, so we could probably use that. But anyway, she scolded her really hardcore. Not really hardcore. She didn't like hit her or anything. She just grabbed her, took her in there, made her look at the pee. I don't know if she shoved her nose in it or what, but and then she drug her out and then kind of didn't toss her, but led her outside and led her outside, not let her. Led, like, forcefully led her outside. And it was like raining and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, that poor dog." So, and then I let the dog back in because my wife just went. After she got done cleaning the floor, she just went and laid in bed. She's like, "I'm done with everybody. I'm closing the door. Do not knock." I'm like, "Okay." And then I heard the dog scratching at the door. Got up, let her in, and then she and me became best friends at that moment. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. I think maybe the love she felt she was missing out of my wife, she was giving me now. I don't know. She was on the couch. She's playing with me. She's cuddling with me. I'm like, "This is wonderful." I'm like, "You need to do that more often." Maybe this is how all the dogs end up loving me. It's because I don't know. I don't know. But it was nice. So we laid there and watched She was barking at whenever it would show the Democrats on the screen, she would bark at them. I don't know if it was the signs they were holding up or what it was. And I thought it was kind of funny. They were all holding up signs, and it said something on one side and liar on the other side, or false on the other side. And they would always show them from the back side. And every time they held up their cards, it said something else on the other side that was also not good. But on the back, it said false. And I just imagined the other side of it said truth. So it looks like everybody's sitting there holding up a truth card. Because one side would be, it'd be opposite. So from the back, it says false, and you flip it around, and it would say true. That's what it looked like. I don't think that's what they said. It said something like, go away, fat guy, or something. I don't know what it said. It said something bad. And then one guy even got kicked out, like within the first, 5 minutes. Some dude in a cane was just fucking holding up his pitchfork and fucking, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you guys. You guys fucking suck. And they were like, hey, you get the fuck out of here. And then he got the fuck out of there. Pretty interesting. Interesting stuff. It's starting to get windy. I mean, it's already been windy. But I don't like this. I don't like driving an empty dry van that's like 12 and a half foot tall and 48 foot long, broadside wind hitting it. Or I might be driving right into the wind. I don't know. I don't like this. Especially when it's ice. Like, that trailer is so light that you've seen them. You've seen them. I've seen them. They'll blow. I just hope it's not enough to tip me over, I have ideas for a patented anti-roller for a fucking semi-truck. Let me try to explain it to you. So, it basically is going to use gravity. It's a big triangle-shaped steel structure that's mounted at the very top. The tip of the triangle's at the top, and it's mounted right behind the cab of the truck. And it's free, kind of free rocking. So it's kind of like a big counterweight that'll sit there. But instead of it being a counterweight, whenever the truck, if the truck exceeds 20 degrees of rotation, that thing will release, and it will land on the ground, and it will hold the truck from tipping over. I don't know. It's just a little idea I had, and obviously it's probably not a good idea, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like a lot of times when trucks tip over, the trailer tips over, and then it yanks the truck over with it. And if there was, you're going to lose the trailer. You're going to lose the trailer. Unless you had one of these mounted on the back end of the trailer also. So anytime the truck tips a certain degree, these arms or this triangle-shaped or round bottom-shaped triangle thingamajiggy will swing out and catch the truck like a kickstand. I don't know if that'll work. It would also, if you started swerving and that thing would, release, it would try to pull you over, but it would also catch you. Or it would cut a car in half if a car's next to you. It might do that too. I don't know. I haven't done any engineering on this, but I think it would work. In some, nothing's going to be perfect, but hey, maybe it would work. I don't know. I feel like if people were really worried about trucks tipping over, they would have had something by now. They don't. They're just like, nope. They just tip over. Maybe increasing the width, but then that creates issues with the standard widths of roads out here. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then inside that triangle, it would have hydraulic rams. And so if you tip over, you just got to hit the hydraulic ram, and it'll just push the truck back upright, and then you'll be good to go. Good to go. You know, I can't see anything that would go wrong with that. Oh, dude, this guy lost his trailer. He had a little trailer. He lost it. And this guy is in the dirt. They got roadside assistance out there, so I guess everybody's going to be okay. You got to get that trailer tipped over. If that trailer had that tipper thing I was talking about, maybe it wouldn't be upside down right now. Yeah, yesterday just hauled water, dumped it off at the landfill. Nothing crazy going on there. Went back to the shop and didn't really do anything. I hung out with the mechanics for a while, helping them work on this, work on that. Slightly, you know, they don't need anybody to help, but when there ain't nothing else going on, I don't want to be one of the guys just sitting around. So, try to just look like I'm busy at least. I'm doing more than them. And then I started messing with my truck. So I bought a long time ago. I went to the junkyard and because I wanted the stock radio for the 88 to 99 Chevy trucks. It's special. It's a special type of deal. In the center of the dash will be like your tuner and your tape player. And then up on top of the dash is your radio control, how you control the radio. It's got like, you know, your display and your volume and all that shit. And then underneath the dash, both of those things plug into this brain. It's like some sort of it's a CDM. I don't know what that stands for, but it's a control display module or something. I don't know. And it's underneath the dash, and it's got like I have 4 plugs that plug into it, and the antenna plug into that also. And mine was missing that radio completely. Somebody had, you know, yanked. Luckily, they used a real harness and were just hooked up an aftermarket radio. Got that aftermarket radio holder for the center, but I don't like that location. And just left the regular control module in the dash. They could have taken that out and put a cubby hole there or something, but I'm glad the way it is. I just wish they would have left the stock radio in there. But I bought the stock radio and I got it plugged in and I got it to display, but it will not do anything. Like nothing is happening on the. It'll go to volume, it'll go to channel, it'll go to like treble, it'll do all those things, but it won't control. Like I can't get any sound out of it, and I know that all the speakers are wired up. They work with the aftermarket radio, and it uses the same wires and plugs. So, but I started looking into it. I got on some forums, looking at it. I'm like, hey, this thing ain't doing nothing. Maybe something. And I found a forum, and yeah, it's a common issue. The capacitors, there's little capacitors inside that brain that get corroded and go bad, and then it just ceases to work. And I guess it's a pretty big issue, especially with original equipment. So you can buy refabbed ones, and I think I might do that. Because I would really like to have my stock radio work, and then have a Bluetooth transmitter, you know, just plugged into my cigarette lighter. Find a shallow one and just have it shoved into the cigarette lighter. Close the cigarette tray, and it's always got Bluetooth on one certain station. But if for some reason it's staticky, I can change it, no problem. But yeah, the one I have, it is corroded. I took it apart. I just took the cover off of it, and I looked in there, and I saw some burnt looking stuff and some corrosion. And we have this stuff at work, electronic degreasing cleaner or something like that. I don't know. And I sprayed that all in there. And well, I guess there's some sort of a clear coating over the whole control panel, and it started bubbling off of it. So that was not cool. I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking melting the damn fucking deal. And I tried to clean it up. I thought maybe the corrosion is just, touching other terminals, and that's why it's not working. Maybe it'll still work if I clear that corrosion off of there, because they got two things that aren't supposed to be touching through corrosion. And no, it didn't work. I also didn't try super hard, but I did get in there with like a little pick and scratch at it and try to clean up the stuff. Nothing working. So I think that one's trash. I'm gonna have to go get a new one or have it refurbed if anybody knows how to. I guess I could take it to a shop and have them do their testing and see if they can get it to work or something. I don't know. I'm not good at soldering anything. I'll get a big old glob of solder and then it'll fall on the floor. And I'm like, what? Why? Stay on the wire. Stay where it needs to be. And then this is a microchip. Not a microchip, but like a chip deal. So I ain't even going to attempt it. I also did find out that I was using the wrong solder a long time. I've always tried to solder, and my solder was this thick fucking solder shit. And I even remember, like, back in the day, growing up, that I was trying to use that solder also. And it's so thick of solder. That's for plumbing, okay? I did not know that it was plumbing solder. It's for brazing copper lines together. Not really, it's not very good for wires and stuff. So I got some of the real shit now, but I don't know. I'm not even attempting it. Once I bought those plugs or those connectors, they have the solder inside of it, and you just got to use the heat gun. I'm like, fuck, my life is complete now. I used a fuckload of them, and now I'm gonna have to go and redo a bunch of them. I bought a new fuse panel for my truck a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but recently. This is for the 79, not for the 92. For the 79, I bought another fuse panel because I was going to wire up the headlights and turn signals and everything with it because they said that it would work with all that shit. And but I'm thinking I'm going to remove the old fuse box, the old new fuse box that I installed in the 79 that I spent all that time working on and everything. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take it off and throw it away. Get it out of here. I'll save the fuses, but I'm going to throw that away because it's meant for a different truck. So, and there's some things in there that are wired up a certain way that were for that, and I don't know how to find out. And I snipped a bunch of wires and all kinds of shit, and I got it to work for the most part, but something's definitely not right with it. So I'm going to just rewire up this brand new fuse panel, and I might get another like fuse block, like a little tiny fuse block if I need extras. But there's no reason, I don't think there's anything on my truck that I need a 50 amp fuse for. I don't even know why the other truck has it. I guess the other truck had AC, and some other, shit for it. I don't know. I don't think there's any reason to have a 50 amp fuse for my 79. It's 20, maybe. So once things warm up and I get the time, I'm gonna go out there and work on that. I also I got a couple people interested in buying the car, which is awesome. I'm glad. The people that were interested, it's also conflict of interest, okay? I'm like, hey, I want to sell this car to somebody I don't know off of Marketplace. So in 2 months, whenever it blows up, if it does, I don't know if it will. I don't think it will. But it just seems like that's the way it works. Is your car drives just fine, you sell it, and then it starts fucking up. Now, this has never bit me in the ass before, but I don't want it to bite me in the ass now. And it's a cheap-ass car. But if the cheap-ass car breaks, it's worth nothing, really. I mean, you could sell parts off of it, I guess, but it's not really worth a lot. So the first person to contact me about the car was the guy that gave me the dog. It's like, hey, you still got that car for sale? Like, it's not for sale yet, but it will be soon. Why? He's like, I need a car. I need a cheap car. So how much you want for it? I was like, $2,500. Like, what is it? It was like, it's 14 Cruise. It's got less than 120,000 miles on it. It's over 100. It's somewhere in between 100 and 120. I can't remember, but it's right around there. It is over 100,000 for sure. He's like, okay. So would you take any less for it? Like, let me talk to some people. Let me figure it out. I called the wife and we discussed it, and because if I put it on Marketplace, I'm putting it up for $3,000, and I'm probably gonna try to walk away with $2,800. If I sell it to somebody I know, yeah, $2,500 would be nice, but I'll let you talk me down to $2,000, and that's what I told him. And then he never called me back. Never called me back, which is fine. And then the next day, so I don't know, I was kind of keeping it a little bit secret about how I got the truck, because I traded my brother. He asked me for my bow. I have a Hoyt bow with a bunch of arrows and all kinds of stuff in a nice big case and everything. It's a nice bow. And he's like, I want that bow. I said, okay. He's like, I'll trade you the truck for it. And I said, what the fuck? Yes, I'll do it. Even though I really want to keep the bow. I like the bow. I wouldn't sell the bow. Because, I mean, it's set up just for me, and it's like perfect, and I love it. But, yeah, I haven't opened the case of the bow in months. It's just been sitting in the garage. So, yeah, and I mean, I've been after this truck for a long time. So I got the truck, I traded him the bow. He's the one that initiated the deal. I had to, in my mind, I was going to try to save up some money and then pay him, or try to do payments or something. But he said, no, give me the bow and you can just have the truck. I don't want the truck. It's got problems. It's leaking power steering fluid. It's leaking clutch fluid. The clutch is a little fucked up. The driver door doesn't work. Like, it's not an enjoyable vehicle to have right now. And he doesn't want to work on it. So I traded him the bow. Took the bow over to his house, showed him the whole thing. And then I grabbed the keys to the truck and had to do a little bit of work on the truck, but I got it running and driving, drove it home. Did the rest of the work to it, got it licensed, tagged, and then I fixed the door, fixed the power steering, fixed the clutch, and now I'm working on trying to figure out the radio. But I don't know. He said he's happy with the deal. Now, my parents would probably look at that and think I'm taking advantage of him in some way, shape, or form, because he's still their baby. He's still baby. He still doesn't know what he's doing. And he's going out. He bought a fucking street bike. He's got a car. He's trying to buy another car. He's trying to buy a camper. He's doing all kinds of shit, which is fine. It's like, yeah, do what you want to do, bud. You're a grown-up. Grown-ups get to do what they want to do. And if you want to trade your truck or my bow, I'll do it. Now, I did come out way on top on this deal. So I do feel a little bad about it, but he doesn't feel bad about it. He's happy with everything that's happened. Every time I've talked to him, and I'm like, dude, seriously, like, I need to know. I don't want you holding grudges against me, thinking that I took advantage of you or whatever. He's like, no, I don't care. I'm like, are you sure? because I will make it right. I will make you payments. I'll do whatever you need to do. He's like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. So he made a deal with me, is what happened. And but yeah, I made out on top on that deal. I sold him the truck for $2,000, and then I traded him a bow back for it. Now the bow, I think with everything included, that bow's at for sale might be around $1,000. So it's not like a cheap bow or anything, but he's happy with it. He doesn't give a shit really about money. He thinks of them as Joe Rogan, I guess. I don't know. They're fun tokens. So yeah, I want a bike. Go buy a bike. I don't give a shit. And he's trying to sell me the other bike, and I'm like, I want that bike. I wish I had something else to trade because he's got it's not a dual sport. It's a dirt bike. It's a straight up dirt bike, but it's a Honda XR 600, I think. It's road ready. It was my grandpa's bike for a long time, and he's like, I got a street bike now. I don't really want that bike, and he doesn't even have room for it. I'm like, brother, I'll take it. I'll take it. So I just need to figure out what I got to do to get that bike now. And if anything, I mean, I will probably license it and everything, but I probably won't insure it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a guy to be riding a bike on the road, really. I don't know. It wouldn't be that big of a problem. I don't know. With a hazmat endorsement, if I wanted to add my motorcycle license to my license, I would have to redo some of the haz stuff. But it wouldn't be. It's not a big problem. I think it's just the written part. So I don't know. Maybe I will end up being that guy, riding having an old dirt bike and an old truck, and just living my fucking happiest life I could ever have. And then I got a fucking dirt bike, guys. I'm really gonna get hurt. I'm really gonna fuck myself up on that dirt bike if I get it. But I want to so bad. I was jealous when he bought it. He bought it for $500 for my grandpa a long time ago. My grandpa, he just got too old for it. He's like, yeah, I'm too old for it. He rides mopeds and little scooters and shit around now, but they're like Vespas, like nice, real shit. And he rebuilds them and everything for customers, not just for him. I think he's got a few, but he likes to tinker with things. So, anyways, so maybe I can get that. I can lift that dirt bike off him. I would hate to see him sell that dirt bike to anybody else, or a random person at least. And then this brings me to sneeze. Bless me. One more. There we go. All right. This brings me over to the second buyer of the car. My father-in-law. Or no, my stepdad. Fuck that up again. I always fuck that up. My stepdad called me. Hey, I heard you're selling that car. Oh, and this is the other part of the story, is that I was keeping all that away from them because I think they were going to think that I'm taking advantage of my brother or something. So I was like, there's no reason for us to. This is so windy. This is super windy. Maybe I need to pay attention to the trailer a little bit more right now. I'm out in the plains, and I mean, I'm going to be in the plains for a while. It's fucking ridiculously windy. Blowing my trailer's in the other lane. Yeah, the guy. Man, this is Not a good time. Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, it's so windy. My fucking barbecue grill is upside down outside. She's like, oh, my wife got up and let the dog out. She's like, your barbecue grill is upside down. I said, oh, fuck. Whatever. And I just left. I just went to work. Scraped off my truck, went to work. I'm like, I don't have time to fucking deal with the grill. And I don't really care. Whatever. So, I mean, it ain't getting hurt by nothing. The propane tanks were off of it. Yeah, I told my brother, I was like, hey, I know we made the deal and we're both happy with it. If you don't mind, just there's no reason this would ever come up in conversation. At least I don't think. So let's just not talk about it to the parents because I don't want to. There's nothing really going on there. There's no reason for it. And yeah, on Sunday, fucking big mouth. They're just sitting around talking. He's like, Kevin bought my truck. I'm like, you motherfucker. But I mean, he said I bought it, so I guess that's better. But I worked a deal with my father-in-law about the vacation deal, so I'm like, I don't want him thinking he's getting ripped off. That I don't know. It's a fucking. There's no reason for them to know, and now they do. And then as soon as he said that brought him. He's like, oh, so you're selling the car? I'm like, yeah, I am selling the car. And so he's like, I'm interested in buying the car. What do you want for it? I said, I'll sell it to you for $2,000. He's like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, well, I mean, it could need a timing belt soon, but the timing belt light's on, but the timing belt doesn't come on fucking every other car. For some reason, it comes on this car once you hit 100,000 miles, or 101,000 miles. 100,000 miles in one. 100,001 miles. That's how you say it, right? And he looked it up. He's like, yeah, it looks like there's a whole kit for like $200 you can do. I was like, yeah, it's cheap for a reason because it's gonna take a mechanic fucking days to get it put in. Maybe not days, but it's not a quick little pop it on, pop it off type deal. He's like, oh, okay. Well, how's it look? I was like, you can't see it. Timing belt, the cover is covering everything. You can't see it. There's no way to see it. I mean, maybe there is. I guess I could take the valve cover off and look at it, but there's not really a good way to see it. And I'm not digging into it. That's basically what I told him. I said, I'm not digging into it. I'm not interested in fixing the car. I'm interested in selling it the way it is. You'll get a smoking deal for it, $2,000. You gotta, put another $1,000 or maybe even more into it. Maybe. Especially if you want the AC to work. The AC's all fucked up. I don't know what's going on with that. But other than that, it's a good car. And I don't know. So he's interested in buying it. He said, okay, yeah, well, do whatever you need to do and bring it over to my house. And I'm going to have a mechanic look at it and just see what it needs. And then if it doesn't need anything crazy major, then I'll buy it from you. I'm like, alrighty. So then I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, the one guy never called me back. And then went to work. It was yesterday. I was at work. Showed up, and I look out in the parking lot, and somebody's got a 1990 Chevy 1500 long bed regular cab 2-wheel drive sitting out there. And I was like, who in the fuck bought this? Who the fuck bought this? Like, I'm friends with them. Whoever it is. Guess who it was? It was the fucking guy that gave me the dog. He bought this truck. So now everything's working out. I think okay. I don't think there's any reason to be freaked out right now, but I am a little freaked out still. But so the guy that I thought was trying to buy the car already bought a truck. so that's good. And then my stepdad, that I thought was going to be freaked out that I bought my truck, wants to buy my car, and isn't freaked out at all. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Things are working out. Things are doing okay. Just need to. I need time and money to work on my own things, and I think that's going to happen. Hopefully, I can find a good radio, and I can get my truck working, and I can find a little Bluetooth adapter and get that working, and then sand the door down, sand the hood down, paint it all up. Maybe even if I decide to get into welding, I mean, we have a welder at the shop. I might even try to weld on some rockers on that truck. Make it fucking nice. Make it fucking nice, dude. Um, yeah, trying to think of anything else that's been going on. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Oh, took my son to karate last night. Always a good time. His regular sensei was on vacation, so we had Sensei Steve. I don't even know his regular sensei's name, but I don't know. I really like Sensei Steve. He's a super cool guy. He's like 35 years old, black guy. Looks like he was in the military or like a drill sergeant almost. Like the way his voice just booms across and the way he just conducts himself. So I don't know if he was or not, but he was very involved with the kids, like getting everybody. They were all quiet when he said be quiet. They were all loud when he wanted them loud. They were all, following along perfectly. It was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. And we're going to have him again next week, which is going to be cool. His regular sensei, he's a good one. I do like him. But Sensei Steve is just like, wow. You know how to engage these children. They did laps. They did push-ups. They did Red Rover. It was a good time. And or not Red Rover. It was just like red light, green light with a little bit of a twist. And my son was in love with that. He was like, that's so cool. He's like, it's like I was playing Squid Games. I'm like, yep. Yep, it's like you're playing Squid Games. These slow bitches need to get out of my fucking way. If you're doing 48, you need to get in the slow lane. I have more to give. I got way more to give, and you are going slow as fuck. JB Hunter. Well, I don't know. My GPS earlier it said I was going to be there around 10:30. Now it's saying 10. How did I gain a half hour and I haven't even gone the speed limit once? Maybe there's a wreck or just, I don't know. Something got cleared up. Ah, shit. Got shit blowing off of JB Hunt over here. I probably got shit blowing off my trailer, too. I'm mixed in with the wrong triple group of fucking semis here. They're slow as shit. I know I'll be going slow as shit on my way back. This 12-speed does not like hills. But going downhill, I'll do fucking 75. I'll do the speed limit. I just hope the wind doesn't keep up by the time I'm loaded and headed back. Yeah, we had. Oh, I did help yesterday also. Like they needed parent helpers to come up and hold bags, and I did really good. Pretty happy with my stuff. I snuck over and I wasn't first in line, but I did run over and I grabbed the white belts where my son is. Even though I think another lady wanted to get the white belts, but I snuck around there and I stood in front of the white belts and said, "I'll take care of the white belts." And because my son, he was right there, and yeah, I mean, I just had to hold the bag on the ground and let the kids kick at it, let them punch at it, block them. I had like a little bat thing that I would bonk them on the head with and make them block, and it was a lot of fun. I liked that. That was cool. My son, he even brought it up to me before we got there. He said, "Dad, Dad, if if the sensei needs some help, will you be one of the parents to help?" I said, "Yep, I will." And then, yeah, sure enough, needed help. I ran over there, and I just felt so proud to be there to help my son and bonk him on the head. Um, and they did good. There at the very end, I mean, I was chewing. I always chew. I always have chewing. And I swallowed my spit before I got over there, which is not a good thing, but I did it. And but then after being over there for 15 minutes or whatever, I got to spit again. And then the sensei walked up, and right at that time, some spit came out of my mouth and went right into my beard. I said, "Oh no!" The little girl saw it, and he saw it, and I just wiped it in my beard real quick, and I said, "All right, yeah, oh, we're good." He said, "We're good, we're good." Fucking got spit all over my fucking beard. Just rubbed it in and called it good. So that was a little embarrassing right there at the end. Things were going really good up until then. Uh, but no, it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I don't even know if they saw it. Maybe I just thought they saw it, but and at that point in time, it wasn't like a dark spit or anything. It was just spit, clear. My pee is cleared up since I've been doing that methylene blue. Did that methylene blue for a little bit just over the weekend, and my pee is finally cleared up, which is nice. I don't think I need to do it all the time. I'm gonna do it like on the weekends. On the weekends, I'll take like 10, 15 drops on like a Friday afternoon, and just I don't know. I think I'll still get all the benefits out of it. All right, slow bitch. I'm not gonna pass you on the right. Yeah, get out of the fucking middle lane. I can go 70. I feel comfortable at 70. I'm just gonna go 70. Luckily, the wind, it is windy, but it hasn't. I don't know. I haven't felt a big gust in a while, so I think we'll be okay. And I think that's going to conclude this episode. Keep all 18 down. Adios. We'll talk to you later.